What is up, guys? TopTierYugioh here, and today we have Peter Lauziere, who just got 3rd place at the Richmond Regional. Let's go ahead and see your list.
Thank you. All right, we played Rescue-Ace for this. The hits on the list had a very minimal impact. Deck still functions perfectly well. Compensate, we're up to 3 Hydrant now to go with 1 Airlifter, 1 Impulse, 2 Preventer, and 2 Turbulence. This is one of the changes that was made in the wake of Airlifter going to 1. It is definitely not anywhere near as good a normal summon as Airlifter, but it works well in combination with other cards you have in the deck, hard drawing emergency and the like, so I was very happy to have all this. I just wanted to see more cards named Rescue-Ace for this. That's Rescue-Ace monsters.
How did you like the 1 Impulse?
So I kept this because I played one of this back when we were doing the Assault combo, which I thought was incredibly broken. I don't like more of this card because I do have Fenrir in this deck, and I don't like my cards to defeat each other. The 1 definitely has its uses. This card breaks certain boards incredibly well, and if your hand is flooded with too many Rescue-Ace cards, if you already have Preventer, you'll go get this with the Alert, and then you just have further layers of putting Rescue-Ace monsters on board to interact with your opponent. So I like the 1, but I would not go further on a deck that had Fenrir in it. It's just definitely a philosophy of mine. I don't want to beat my own cards. Defense, 3 Ash, 3 Veiler, 3 Fenrir, 3 Imperm. These just sort of go wide. It's a new format. I didn't know entirely what I was going to be running into other than obviously Rescue-Ace, given that it wasn't hit very hard. So these were generic and useful, and they did very well. Fenrir, I'm just a big fan of in this, between its interaction with mitigating the cost of Diabellstar, and I just think this card is an above average piece of cardboard. I think its win rate is higher than most, so I'm just happy to always smack this down and start playing. So yeah, I was very happy with all of these in the main deck. Rest is just the Diabellstar package, 3 Witch, 3 Wanted poster, and 1 original Sinful Spoils. This Witch went from 2 to 3 as another way to compensate for the loss of the Airlifters. You just want more extenders, more playable cards, and this card is truly fantastic. This draws hand traps and interaction very frequently, especially when you start with Wanted. Nobody wants to let you draw a card, which makes hard drawn hydrants and the like just all the better. So I was extraordinarily happy that I maxed this out. Rescue-Ace, Spells and Traps, Rescue, Alert, 3 Emergency, HQ, and the 2 Traps. This is standard, nothing needs to change here. It just works very well. The reduced access to HQ can be annoying, but you just have to be mindful of where that 1 Airlifter is. You move your cards around. Rest of the deck, main deck, 3 Prosperity, Rhoda, and then the other 2 additions were going to be the 1 Durandal, which I kept as a holdover from the Assault variant, and the 1-for-1. With 3 Fenrir, 3 Witch, and 3 Wanted poster, I'm pretty okay having this card in my deck because I can very often stick a monster before committing a normal summon and then resolve the Durandal to get the Airlifter and play. So that was great. 1-for-1 is just a considerably worse Diabellstar, but I was still very happy to have it. Just it came up once or twice to finish games out, and I was glad it was there. Also, nobody sees it coming, so it just works. Maximize playable cards. For the extra deck, we have... Oh, sorry, this is a little bit out of order. Okay. Typhon, 2 SPs, the 2 Charmers, Access, Selene, Unicorn, and IP for the first 10. This is all pretty standard. Unicorn is a flex spot, but the matches this deck has trouble with are the ones where you need to remove cards that aren't monsters. So SP and Unicorn, SP obviously, but Unicorn helps contribute to that and doesn't restrict you from killing your opponent. So I was very happy with all of these. They're pretty straightforward. The last 5 cards on my extra deck are what I did to contend with the possibility of Lightning Storm, Duster, and Evenly. The Link Creep, everyone plays, helps you bridge into Binary Sorceress, G-Golem, Crystal Heart, climbs right into Firewall, Neotempest, Terahertz, and dumps these 2 cards. The 1 and 1.5 card starters all just achieve this without any additional draws needed. You get up to this card's quite a house. It has a blanket Armides effect for monster effects, your opponent's monster effects in the battle phase. This negates any spell trap card or effect. I want to see a charter effect, so it's just great utility. And then this is sort of like a hot red effect, just negates 1 face of card to the end of the turn. This presents a massive threat and alters how your deck is interacting with your opponent because spell trap negates just don't exist in the Rescue-Ace lineup. I was very happy with this. Summoned it between 4 and 6 times today, can't exactly remember, but it was great. Beat a Feather Duster my opponent had. I think I stopped at least 1 evenly matched. So I was very, very happy I played this because it uses the extra deck, not the side deck, to solve an issue the deck has, which is vulnerability to mass removal cards. So these were very good. Finally, the side deck. Cards I was most sold on were definitely going to be Droll, Nibiru, and the 1 Duster, 2 Storms. These just have high impact utility across various matchups. I'm usually happy to cite these in going first, as well as they're extremely oppressive to play through when you already have setup and you have this in your hand. And then these were just great in the absence of a Soul Day and the Firewall line not being as popular or possibly well known. These resolve frequently in the mirror match, and you just have a much easier time winning from there. Also hit Labyrinth with this pretty heavily, so yeah, I was very happy with all these. I'm a big fan of removal type cards like this and this, anything to just simplify things so that your monster interactive Rescue Ace cards can carry the rest. The last 6 cards were just something I did to go wide. I wasn't sure exactly what to expect. So 3 Crow, sort of instead of 3 Bestials, and 3 Cosmics. I was worried enough about Runic. These were good. Hit a tagged a Barong, and then my last round was against Tier Element, so was happy I saw these cards. Actually drew all 3 of these in game 3 against Tier, which was great. And then 3 Cosmics. I did play against a Runic. I didn't draw this, but it was still nice to have. Like, again, interacting with Fountain doesn't happen with Rescue Ace cards unless your opponent messes up and lets you trigger a Turbulence. And that's the deck.
Do you remember your matchups?
Yes, I can tell you those real quick. We played 9 rounds of Swiss today. I went X1. My only loss was to my boy Nick over there, who won the whole regional. Congratulations to him. He and I built a deck together. Round 1, I won the mirror match. Round 2, Manadium, I beat. Round 3 was Puppet Lock Branded, I won. Round 4, Tri-Brigade Fire King. Round 5, Labyrinth. Round 6 was the Mirror, I lost to my boy Nick. Round 7 was Runic Plunder Patrol. Round 8 was Tri-Brigade Sprite. And round 9 was Horus, Orchist, Tier Element. I was playing like 30 plus engine cards, it was wild. Yeah, had a great run with it.
Do you have any changes that you would make going into these next few sets? You have Maze and then Phantom Rage coming out.
If people are going to keep iterating on Tier, Orchest, or other Dark Graveyard variants, these would become probably almost certainly become the 2 Jerusalem and a Magnamut. I do not like to side. I don't like to have cards that beat the Fenrir in when I side. So the Fenrirs would be exclusive with those, but that's probably okay because the Bestials are just so high impact against those decks. Other than that, depending on how popular Runic is, the Cosmic maybe could be something better, but overall I was very happy with it. I mean, when you cast a wide net and you know where to interact with decks, then your engine can just go through with the rest. So
Exactly.
Not too many.
Nice. Do you have any shout outs or anything?
Absolutely. First of all, shout out to my boy James over here for driving us down here. I appreciate you, man. Sorry I had to play you round 7. That was incredibly unfortunate. I played like 4 people I knew in a row going up to the final round. Yeah, it was rough. Don't make friends. Shout out to my boys Ozone TCG, and especially my man Nick. Like I said, we built the deck together. Also Lyric for the other deck profile.
You
Sean
guys have a
for
channel,
inspiring
right?
us. Yeah, it's our channel. Yep, Ozone TCG. Check out that affiliate link, TCG player. Happy with all them. Everyone back at Respawn, my locals, love you guys. Everyone in the Discord, everyone else who came out. John, Kyle, Willie, Big Aaron, Little Aaron, a lot of Aarons. I'm sorry, I don't forget people, guys. I'm sorry, it's tired, but yeah. Thank you all. You're all very supportive. Jackson for telling me he hated me repeatedly every time I won. It's that kind of positive reinforcement I need. Thank you. Yep. And yeah, that'll do it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Peter, and congrats again.
Thank you very much, man. Good night.